Server connecting and in. Nice. Okay. So, it looks like everybody who can is connected. Nice, nice, nice. And everybody who wants to can actually hear something coming out of Sirenscape, yes?
No.
No?
Yes, it's just turned down.
Ah.
Yeah. There we go.
No, but I also mean yes. Spiffing. Okay, so if folks are all good with their connections, then... Excuse me. I am going to throw this into a very quick intro sequence, and then we'll get things started. So there's the ship rumble gone. Goes the music. And we're just going to pitch ourselves into our very, very quick Klingon intro video. Told you it was quick. So, here we are. We come. Okay. So, yes, welcome folks to what would usually be the continuing adventures of the USS Combs, but instead we, because of the choices made by a certain first officer, we have branched out. We are now currently situated on the Imperial Klingon ship Do Qe'Bach. And this would be our crew, our fearless crew. So, just to remind everybody who they've got, I do believe Connie was playing Captain Tre'gok. Liz, as always, playing Commander Trasa, First Officer. Commander Tre'gok, I believe, is our Tactical Officer. Yep. And that was... Who was Tactical? Was that you, Mark?
Me.
It was.
That was me.
As stated, our Operations Officer, Lieutenant Lethulol Doss, was played by Chris Bell, who's not here tonight, so the Operations Officer is now owned by the people. Dave, who has come back to us after a week of respite, is our Medic Scientist, Dr. O'Keither. And of course, Chris Powell is our Chief Engineer, Lieutenant Shilatha. So, overall, we negotiated ourselves out of a Burrell-class bird of prey and all the way up to a Fortune-class attack cruiser.
This makes me happy.
I could tell. All the giggling that happened whilst we were adding stuff to this ship. Because, you know, improved hull integrity wasn't enough. You had to have ablative armor to go with it. Nevertheless, got a few things to plug. Most notably is, of course, the Utter Crisp channel.
Oh, thank you very much. Same as it goes at the moment, really. Just I've got a review or two is on there, having a mosey. I look at some of my favourite games over the last 10 to 20 years. There is a review for Yakuza 0 coming out at some point in the future. So yeah, that's me for the time being.
Cool. And even though the other Chris is not here, he has asked me to plug this little latest addition to his ever-expanding discography, whatever you want to call it. His acting chops. We have Chapter 5 of Legends of Campion, so if you fancy giving it a shot, here it is on YouTube. Check out the other chapters too. In the meantime, let's jerk ourselves back to Klingondom. So, we didn't have Dave last week, but we don't have Chris tonight, so I'm going to balance this out a little bit. Just to summarize for everybody. The Klingons are, of course, currently in a war with the Federation, and Commander Trasa, in choosing her Klingon brethren over her Federation crew, has been posted to a ship currently in possession of her Klingon house, House Krell. Everybody on this ship works for or is related to, in some fashion, House Krell. And apparently, Chancellor Gowron himself of the Klingon High Council awarded House Krell and therefore Captain Qe'Bach and Commander Trasa the Vorcha-class attack cruiser, the Do Qe'Bach. Mark, am I correct in remembering that you said it's actually Klingon for more Daka?
As close as you can get for more Daka, yeah.
Right.
I think it's like faster shooting, but more Daka.
More Daka. Cool. So, the mission that the crew of the Mo Daka have been given is essentially there is a long corridor of space in the Federation. Spans a good couple of star systems that is too hazardous for regular travel. However, the Klingons have hit upon an idea. If they can send a cloaked ship into Federation space to map this dangerous region of space, if they can get a handle on the safe passages through and get back to the Empire with this information, the Klingons would have a way of essentially bypassing the Federation and all their defenses in order to try and send an attack force straight through the Federation into Cardassian space, where they can quickly continue their efforts with conquering the Cardassians and prove to the Federation once and for all that there was no way, conceivably, that a civilian government regarding the Cardassians and their Detapa Council could overthrow the Cardassian military orders. So they must have been getting help from outside, more than likely the Dominion. Federation refused to see the logic of this. They asked for proof. The Klingons, however, are more than happy to use this as the justification to invade Cardassian space and find out for themselves. This is the mission the Do Qe'Bach crew have been given. Navigate their way and chart a course through the... what was the name of the pass once again? It's the Lokia Passage. It's mostly a dense area of ion storms and electromagnetic eddies and the like, with the occasional plasma storms swung in the middle of it, which makes navigating very, very difficult, very perilous. Only the bravest of crews would ever attempt to attempt this, so, or stupid ones. I leave that up to your imagination as to where you guys fall into the whole brave or dumb chart. So, you guys had managed to brave so far environmental challenges, but something collided with your ship and essentially knocked all the power out of it. When power came back on, your sensors detected the approach of a ship. Fearing that it was indeed the Federation who you had been told to avoid if at all possible, no, but there should be no evidence to an incursion by Klingons into Federation space. Or at the very least, if they do find you in Federation space, you're going to have no backup. You're going to be on your own because you're too far into Federation space to get any kind of backup. So, with this in mind, you guys managed to stealth yourselves into not being seen by the oncoming ship, but rather than it being a Federation ship, it turns out this was a Cardassian ship. So what are the Cardassians doing here in this system? Entirely up to you whether you want to find out or just plain go at them. Now, last I remember when I talked to you guys about this, there was the opinion of Captain Qe'Bach that there should be no witnesses. And therefore the plan was probably to attack the Cardassian ship. So whether or not this continues to be the case, I leave up to you guys.
I mean, technically they've not witnessed us, but we can disable the ship and then find out everything we need to know. We don't have to blow the ship up. So if we're able to disable the ship.
So this is the situation you kind of find yourselves in at the moment. Your ship is basically pretending to be a hole in space, which is kind of ironic when you think about it. A space in space. Anyway, so you've powered down to virtually nothing, trying to stay basically out of their way at the moment. Now, there is a trait for this area of space that you're currently in, Plasma Nebula. The rating of 2 means that it will make things difficult by 2 for anything you need to do, like sensors. So anything to do with sensors will find it 2 more difficult than usual. This includes targeting. So, the situation appears to be thus. You are currently hovering around, making like just one big piece of junk, whilst what looks to be a Gallo-class Cardassian cruiser is having a snoop around the area where you were only moments ago. So, what would you like to
manage to map the route, or is that still ongoing?
You managed to map the route up until this point, but then when your systems suddenly shut off, naturally, you couldn't chart any more of the surrounding area. But you've since got systems back up online, but in minimal power capacity.
So we'd have to work on the power and get the shields up. And
Well,
fire.
you've worked on the power. The power's available-ish, but you probably need to recover some to start with, so that you're actually in a position to do anything. So
Because that's going to take an action.
might be job
Do we
1. So
want-
let's get me back to the bridge.
Do we want to tail them, as we don't know how quickly they can damage us, whilst we have not got power? Well, not got full power.
That's a consideration.
We're-
What do the rest of you think?
As we're Klingons, yeah, shouldn't we die in glorious battle?
I know, it seems to
That's the end of it.
a very short episode.
Well, shouldn't we fight in...
Sorry.
So-
all right.
Yep, go on.
Can I ask why we're hiding from the Cardassians?
Well, at first, you thought they might be a Federation ship, because you are in Federation territory. But now that this other ship is cruising past, they are doing active sensor scans of the area, so they're looking for, possibly, whatever happened. Now, you're still not sure what actually happened to your ship, so now that you're in low power mode, maybe you should have a look at that. So,
Okay.
I would say that it's probably a good time for Dr. O'Keefe to have a go at using sensors to have a scan of the ship to see what it was that knocked out your power. The ship can also assist with this. So, Connie, if you fancy being the Do Qe'Bach itself, this will be sensors and security. 1 dice for the ship. For Dr. O'Keefe, which will of course be Liz piloting Dave's character, this is going to be control and science with a focus on sensor operations. Now, you do have dedicated focus for sensor operations, so each D20 that generates 2 successes also generates a bonus momentum. So, if Liz could give us 2 dice rolled for Dr. O'Keefe, and Connie could give us 1 for the Do Qe'Bach itself. No. Now then, the thing with Dr. O'Keefe's dedicated focus talent is that generating additional momentum only works for rolls she makes herself, not for anything that comes from the ship. Nevertheless, you did generate your dice of 5 there did generate 2 successes, so that's actually 5 successes generating 1 extra piece of momentum. But you've now got a very, very full momentum pool. With that many successes, you actually detect that on the outer hull, on the forward part of the ship, there seems to be a device that magnetically attached to the ship. Sensor scans indicate it's an EMP mine.
Oh, whack.
Those Cardassians and their trickery. They don't have to fight with honor.
Them Cardis.
Is it a Cardassian EMP mine?
With that many successes, you
I
can
am-
confirm, yes, it is of Cardassian make and design.
Okay.
So the things are essentially programmed to be inert until something wanders close enough to trigger their proximity sensor, in which case it then uses small bursts of thrusters, which again can go without being noticed since they're so small, and then it just magnetically attaches itself to the thing closest to it. As soon as it registers it's attached to something, it lets forth an electromagnetic pulse that essentially knocks out all systems on board of a starship. There's also, you notice, because you had that many successes, there was also some kind of transmission, a short burst transmission sent before the mine itself shut off, which might explain why the Cardassian ship is here. They've more than likely been made aware that one of their perimeter defenses, or one of their mines at the very least, has activated. They're no doubt now looking for whatever activated it. So far, they haven't found you.
Okay. I think I want us to make sure that we've got weapons and shields ready for.
Yeah.
In which case, we are going to need our chief engineer to start generating some tasty power, and it can also probably be assisted by our operations officer, who for the moment, our player is not with us, so we can have, well, Connie, if you fancy being Lieutenant Doss.
Yeah.
Who can assist with generating power. Generating power is going to be usually a daring and engineering check, but let me just make absolutely certain that that is the case. Daring or control. So you can go either. So as far as Lieutenant Lethulol Doss goes, he could probably use control and engineering, 1 dice with a focus on plasma power systems. And our chief engineer can do 2 dice, but can definitely do daring.
Wood system maintenance and repair.
You've got plasma power systems, so that would work better.
Love to see it.
Now, you've got... I'm giving it all she's got. Whenever you attempt a task that has a power requirement, okay. You're trying to just bring back power for the moment. So let's see how you do.
Cool.
Lethulol Doss earns you 1 success. 2 successes from Shilatha. The difficulty for bringing power back up and on is 2. You've managed to get an extra success which you can pour into putting additional power in, so let's give you an extra point of power. So for the moment, out of your power maximum of 10, you've gained 2. Raising shields is going to consume a point of power. Firing weapons is going to consume a point of power. If you do any kind of maneuvers, like an attack pattern on helm, that's going to consume a point of power as well. But Lieutenant Shilatha does have the ability to try and negate the amount of power consumption those kind of maneuvers take by using the giving it all she's got talent. So, you can either hang here and try and generate some more power, hoping the Cardassians don't find you, or you can basically try and launch your surprise attack now.
I'm not too sort of up on power levels between Cardassian and Klingon. Like, how do our ships compare?
Okay. Let's go with... Does our helm officer, who is a non-player character, Lieutenant Shatran, have anything like ship recognition? No, he doesn't. Okay. Anybody?
Why is he here?
Well, he's kind of your hotshot pilot. He's here
Gotcha.
to he's here to do like the donuts and the handbrake turns and the high speed chases, that kind of thing.
He flies the ship and not much else. He's the Klingon Ortegas.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and you did the system on piloting, so only he can pilot.
Yes, he's also monkeyed with the controls such that it makes no sense to anybody else but him. So yeah, he's jealous about his helm. Maybe a little too much. It might not be a healthy thing. Does anybody here have anything that might help with recognition? The captain has got space combat tactics.
Oh, Connie.
Shipboard tactical systems? That's a bit of a stretch for Tre'gok.
Shipboard tactical systems could potentially be used as a means of trying to size up the other ship against yours. Yes, so that could be Tre'gok helping a good estimation as to how it stands against your ship, certainly.
Oh, that's the case, and Trasa can also help.
Yep, okay, no problem. So 2 helps there, and the captain as well. So this is going to be... Let's go with reason and... Reason and security for the captain.
Okay.
And the same goes for Trasa. Tre'gok, I'm gonna go with reason and engineering, so that he approaches it from that side of things. Difficulty for this is a 2. She should be able to get no problem. 1 success from the captain, so everybody else who's helping. Yep, 2 successes from Trasa. Let's see what Tre'gok has given us. Mark, if you could give us 1 dice, please.
Yep, sure. Sorry, reason security?
Yes, please. Engineering for you.
Reason engineering. Just 1 dice with focus.
Not bad.
Ooh.
Lots of successes. Okay, so 4 in total. Okie dokie. Right, so your ship is scale 5. So 1 step below, like a Galaxy-class Federation ship. But the Gala-class is scale 4, so slightly smaller. They tend to be armed with phaser banks and... phaser arrays and disruptor banks. For some reason, the Cardassians basically like to blow holes in things, but they don't tend to use torpedoes on Gala-class for whatever reason. So, your ship is about twice as resistant as theirs, twice as thick. As far as... Let's get them, lads. As far as other capabilities, your communications systems are similar, your computer systems are more powerful slightly, your engines are slightly more powerful, your sensors are a lot better than theirs, your structure is a lot thicker, your weapons are somewhat more powerful. So, overall, their ship is not as strong as yours.
And we have the element of surprise.
You might have the
I
element of
sort of
surprise, yes.
Not necessarily shoot to kill, like, you know, shoot to maim and then get some info.
Yeah. Tre'gok has shield breaker, so you can spend 1 momentum, increase the rate of energy the energy weapon by 2 challenge dice. Doesn't cause any breaches, but can absolutely demolish their shields. So,
Aha!
that could work.
So, are you going to launch your attack now, or are you going to free up a bit more power first.
I think we should get power and shield.
I think.
Go on, Captain.
Okay. I was thinking that if we, we're that much better already, then it might be.
Let's go.
Then we could pounce.
Let's
But
go.
if we want to be, we want to be certain of victory,
Okay.
raise our
Well-
power and shields.
We can, on the first turn, use my attack to blast them. And then as we cycle around the crew, in terms of turns, bring up the power and more shields if we need it.
Okay, let's do that then.
But can we, because we're not visible to them, can we get ourselves into an attack formation first? So we're positioned to take advantage of the element of surprise, then fire?
Okay, so let's see how well you can pull that off. So, want to quietly get this thing into position. So we probably want to use Lieutenant Shatran on helm to point yourselves in a position as well as possible, as using just maneuvering thrusters in short, sharp bursts. So I'm going to say, let's have. Liz, do you want to take control of Shatran for this?
I was going to say, can we get Trasa to support with shouting?
Okay, in that case, let's get Mark to do
I can
Shatran,
assist
and
as well.
Trasa and Qe'Bach assist with shouting. Yes. So
With
Trasa
a
and
focus on
Qe'Bach.
navigation from me.
Well, yeah, too. That makes sense. Because the captain will be calling out headings. Trasa will just be yelling at Shatran to do his job and do it well, or else. And then Shatran himself will be actually executing said commands. So we're going to want, presence and command from both Trasa and Qe'Bach. We're going to want Mark, if you can. We're going to want control and con with focus from Lieutenant Shatran. Aha!
Just looking at what he's got. So maneuvering mastery, so he's got a focus. But push the limits.
Which means that he can ignore difficulty to con tasks relating to any atmospheric or environmental conditions, rather, I should say. There's no atmosphere in space. On
But
that kind
there's
of thing.
the nebula.
There is the nebula, which is going to make things like targeting interesting.
Okay. He also has a attack run. A success in attack pattern task lets a character spend 2 momentum. Enemy attacks against the character's ship do not reduce in difficulty due to the attack pattern task. So we spend 2 momentum, and we're not exposed to a counterattack.
Good
What's
point.
the crew think?
Everybody on board with that?
Yeah, we're probably gonna get the momentum back anyways.
Yeah.
All right then.
Cool.
Murky Murk.
Does the ship roll for this as well?
The ship does. So let's have Chris. Do you want to be the Do Qe'Bach? You're going to be assisting with engines.
The reason he
and
doesn't need to roll because he has hands-on pilot.
right.
It means that it's as though the ship's already rolled a 2. That's right, it's already rolled a 1.
Oh, never mind.
So it automatically gives us a 1.
There we are. I don't even have to roll. Sorry, Chris.
No, it's fine.
Cool. Right, so now we actually get to the control and con with a focus.
So Lieutenant Shatran is that good. Lucky he's on your side. Right, 3 successes on top of that. All right. So, there's a couple of very tense moments as the ship is... Let me actually bring you to this map, because this is what you're going to want to see.
Oh,
The
how
ship
many
is... Yes?
points above what would needed?
Oh,
Or do-
enough. Well,
Okay.
enough.
Okay, so the 2 we spent, we instantly got.
Oh
back.
yes,
Cool.
very much the case. So the Do Qe'Bach does. It's still called the Vornak here. Douche. The Do Qe'Bach is quietly maneuvering itself into position while the Cardassians are otherwise scanning a patch of the nebula where you were moments ago. They look like they're starting to come around in your general direction, but you've got a lead on them, so you've got your attack pattern lined up. So let me give you that. So that will make targeting slightly easier for your tactical officer.
And we've not got disadvantage to their counter.
No.
Right, do you guys want me to launch the shield breaker attack?
Fire!
Alright then, so the ship... I take it you want the shields to go up as well.
Yep.
So the ship essentially consumes 1 point of power in order to crack its shields up, which of course will alert the Cardassian cruiser that there's another ship in the area, but not fast enough, as the Do Qe'Bach raises its shields and comes streaking in on the vector it had already angled itself for, and so just powers up its engines and surges forwards. Oh. Pity.
Cool.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, my
Don't like that out.
Yeah, you did kind of cut out there. Just as you said sorry, you cut out. So everyone helped set up that attack pattern very nicely, which means that the one thing we could do with... Internet's playing up again. Okay, no problem, Chris. One thing we could probably do with before we do anything else, unless you don't want to, of course, is Dr. O'Keefe could use sensors to try and find a weak spot.
We're not targeting anything but the shields.
Not the shields? Alrighty, just go for it in that case.
Yeah, shield breaker just automatically targets the shields.
In which case, we want Commander Tre'gok to give us control and security. And Connie, since this is your ship, from the ship we're going to want weapons and security.
I'm going to use my value of I am the steel on which all things break to spend determination. And the focus would be shipboard tactical systems.
Righty hosey.
Just want to say, Chris's internet is just... Sorry. Chris's internet is broke.
Okay.
So he'll be trying to make his way back. I've got the good one, so I don't know what's going on.
Evidently. You've got the captain's computer. Well, as long as Chris can still see what we're up to, either by leaning over your shoulder and yelling down your mic, it's all good.
Yep.
Alright then. Tactical officer and ship, let fly!
Cool.
Now.
So, bam.
Indeed. Right then, so originally the difficulty to hit at this distance was probably going to be something along the realms of 2. Added to that would have made it 4. Attack pattern would have brought it down to 3. You've got 3 successes and 1 extra. So, thanks to Commander Tre'gok. So you can hit with 1 dice of extra damage.
Do it.
So, you are currently at medium range, which means your disruptor banks are probably the better ones to fire with.
We can't use disruptor cannons.
Like I said, that's a close combat weapon. That's a close range weapon. You're currently at medium.
It's only 1 damage difference. Okay.
Yes.
And then I'm just going to plink 1 off momentum for shield breaker, and we get another 2 challenge dice.
Connie! Roll damage.
How many was that? Sorry.
So it's Disruptor Banks with an extra 2? 3?
3? Extra
3.
3.
An extra 3. Good lord.
And then
I don't know if it's server lag.
Cool. There's definitely something odd going on because what all we caught was I don't know if it's server lag and then you cut off.
Okay.
Well, good golly, good gosh, good grief. That's 10 successes with 4 effects. Your Disruptor Banks do vicious, so for those extra 4 effects is an extra 4 points of damage, which means we have 14. But that all goes into shields, so that means that their resistance of 4 is taken into effect to reduce it down to 10, which means you knock their shields down to virtually nothing. In that one attack, you pretty much almost cracked their shields completely down. But there was so much shield damage there that they do actually... Oh no, you can't take breaches because you're using Shield Breaker.
No, and the additional effects of Shield Breaker only work if it's down to 0. So, yeah.
Alright, so all of a sudden being attacked, the Cardassians are themselves going to come about. So, let's see what we can't do here. They already had their shields up, not that that lasted for terribly long, although they have got 1 point of shield left. They are going to pull themselves... Well, it's too late now for an evasive action. So they're going to pull themselves around in an attack pattern.
What's the rule change of seizing initiative?
You can still do it once, but you can't do it more than once before I get another attempt.
Okay.
So you can't have all of you go by keeping on spending momentum. Like
That was still
happened.
funny.
That was still funny. Right. I rolled a complication, which means that in their panic to suddenly being attacked, the Gallo-class helmsman fails to pull off a suitable maneuver for getting the ship into position, let alone evasive, or attack pattern, I should say, so it completely fails with this attack pattern. So, that means you guys took some free actions because you were essentially creeping up on them unawares. They've had their turn, which means one of you has yours. So you guys who are left to actually perform any actions can be the Doc, if she wants to perform any sensor actions, but more than likely power recovery is probably going to be a good one. Which brings to mind something, because once again I forgot that our chief engineer has got I'm giving it all she's got. So, Chris or Connie, or whether Chris is able to actually find a functioning keyboard or interface, need the chief engineer to roll a challenge die in order to see if the point of power that was spent to get the shields up and fire the weapon systems actually gets spent or not.
It's just trying to load it up now.
Okay.
Is that 2 rolls or 1 roll?
So that's 2 rolls, one for shields, one for weapons.
Okay, I'll roll it for Chris for now.
Okie dokie.
1 challenge dice.
Can I get
He
Liz
says
to roll
he's
another one?
trying to log on.
He's trying to log on, awesome. Liz, can I get you to roll the
But,
second
sir.
challenge dice? So 1 challenge dice from Connie. Okay, that wasn't a effect. Liz, if you can roll the other challenge dice, please. Doesn't matter where it comes from, as long as you roll a challenge dice. So what we're looking for is an effect. So essentially the roll of a 5 or a 6 on a regular dice. How's it going, Liz? You managing to find it yet, or do you need some help? So I'm seeing a mouse cursor go wildly
sorry.
over.
I was looking at other people.
Right, so sadly, the giving it all she's got fails to reduce down the power consumption, so it's probably a really good idea if Commander Tre'gok and Lieutenant Shilatha both work at getting some power into the ship. So, oh, who did we just lose?
Oh. Oh, Mark.
Work.
Nope, I'm back.
He's
So
back.
you use a determination, correct? You do have the veteran quality.
Oh, I do have veteran.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have it. Trasa has it. Captain has it.
Alright, so roll a challenge dice.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, give it back.
Nope. You spent it. Okay, so the next thing we want to know is exactly how much power the Do Qe'Bach gets back. So Commander Tre'gok can take a control or daring and engineering to try and get a point of power back. Shilatha, if Shilatha does it as well, it's going to be slightly harder to do. Nonetheless, as many points of power as you can get back or want to. So difficulty 2. So either you can both help each other do it, or you can do it individually. Up to you. Ends if you think two individuals attempting the same task will get more power, or if you'll get just as much if they both help each other. What do you think?
Might as well help.
Okay. So let's have. I mean, who's available? We've lost Chris, and Dave can't do anything at the moment. So sadly. So if we can have Connie, do you fancy taking over Shilatha for the moment?
For the moment, yes.
And Merc, can you be Tre'gok?
I think I've logged back in. I'm speaking of a Connie's Discord. I can roll for Shilatha at least.
Hey!
Okay.
So, don't know who's actually the chief engineer. Probably be the best one to lead. So, one daring or control and engineering, depending on which one you think is higher to use. Shilatha probably rolls 2. Tre'gok rolls. That's probably Lethal DOS, not Tre'gok. Keep confusing the characters. Shilatha rolling 2. Lethal Boss rolling 1.
Control engine. Focus on power. Plasma systems.
Yes, indeed. Both of you have focuses, so go for it. 1 success from Shilatha, oh dear. But 2 successes from the Thulal DOS. So the good news is you managed to succeed by 1, which means you do bring 2 power. If you want, you can spend extra momentum to bring extra power in.
I'd say
Do it.
So it is an additional point of power per momentum point spent. So it really is up to you how many you fancy spending on it. You've got
So we
a
have the
momentum
extra
pool
one.
of 5, so
I'd say an extra 1 on top of the bonus one. So an extra 2, if everyone's okay.
everyone alright with that?
Yep.
Alright then. Merc, take the point of momentum, I will add the point of power. Okay. So that was a very successful shot. The Gallo class the Gallo crew are going to try their best at getting their own shot off. See how they do. Now they're going to have their own problems with the nebula. They managed 4, they needed 3. They do manage to land a hit. So, which one is their medium fire weapon? I think it's their phaser array, rather than the disruptor banks, which, like yours... Actually, no, both of them are, so they're going to go for disruptors. They gain an extra 1. So, they got 11 successes, 2 effects. They got a vicious, which means it's actually 11, 12, 13. 13 minus 8 leaves a paltry 5. Which means that your shields do go down by 5, but it also means you suffer a breach because you took 5 or more damage. So, I am going to randomly roll what system was hit on your ship. You take a knock to structure. Everybody feel free to give me the Star Trek shake. And Liz, could you roll me a challenge dice, please, to see if any of you take a hit from an exploding console? The news is good. An exploding console does go off somewhere in the ship, but it's nobody with, you know, lines.
Oh, that's good.
So you just have the spark going off in the back of the bridge, and a random crewman just falls to the floor as he's then hauled off to the med bay. Okay. I mean, you guys have pretty much used up all of your characters. It's their turn next. They're going to try and get some shields back. They manage it. 1 success. No, they can't. It seems they've taken quite a knock to their power grid as well. So, seconds away, round 2. So usually a good idea with Starship combat is your commanding officers can do things like set up advantages first. Your pilots can set up an attack pattern or an evasive pattern, and of course your sensor operator can try and scan for weaknesses to give your weapons the penetrative ability. So what you want to do?
I think we should continue taking out the shields. Do we need to scan for a more granular weakness for that?
Up to you. You can try.
Because there's shields of that, though, I think it'd be worth targeting specific systems.
And that's why you've got fast targeting systems on this ship.
Oh, yeah.
Which means the difficulty for targeting...
What did you do? What did you do to this ship?
It's a warship.
More DACA.
We made it more
Yes.
DACA, exactly.
Its mission profile is a warship.
Should we get an attack run a bit closer? Or move closer?
That's a good point.
And then we can use disruptor cannons to blast the living hell out of them.
Okay,
Oh,
more DACA. If that sounds like a good idea, then you can do it.
does that count as creating an advantage then? So
In a way.
I can go first as the captain with
You can go
space
first.
combat tech.
Yep, you can go first as the
Nice.
captain to create an advantage. Yep, it just requires a presence and command check with a difficulty of 2 from you. And you can use things
Okay.
like combat tactics, absolutely.
Yes. Let's go.
Okay, 2 successes. Now, what kind of advantage did you want to create? Did you want to make it easier to hit the enemy? Did you want to make it harder for them to hit you? Did you want it to be that you would make your ship harder to hit? What kind of advantage did you want?
I think, given that we want to get closer, probably make it easier to hit them.
Okay. Easier to hit enemy. Alright, done. What about Trasa? Does Trasa want to set up an advantage as well? Liz?
No, what I want to do as a task is direct the tactical officer to shoot.
You want to direct the tactical officer to shoot now? Okay.
No, we're going to move first, aren't we?
Oh, yes. That's
So-
what I was going to do, so.
Wait until the helm officer moves first and then direct the tactical officer to shoot. Okie spooky doos.
Yep, because I can assist the task using the command skill.
Yes. So, do we want O'Keefe to scan for weaknesses, or are we alright with just leaving that and just closing the distance and shooting?
No, we're just going to... Oh, yeah. Shall we scan for weaknesses? So we can target what's weak. That way, whatever we blow up. Because that will just give us an advantage when we're rolling.
Sorry, I missed some of that. What was the general discussion? Just pilot? Just close the distance?
No. I think it's a good idea to scan for weaknesses, so we've got another advantage when attacking.
Alright then. So, O'Keefe, which essentially is Liz doing it for Dave, is going to try control and science. Connie, it's your ship. As the captain, do you want to give us from the ship's sensors and security, please? 1 dice. Ooh, all the 4s. For 4 successes. Nice. Which means you definitely add the momentum pool there. Never mind. Okay, momentum pool is full again. Which means you gain piercing 2 on your weapons now, so okay. Ooh, I forgot. It's their turn. They haven't taken their turn yet. So, likewise, first things first they're going to do is set up a attack pattern of their own, because Cardassians are a little bit arrogant. And... are they going to manage it? Are they gonna manage it? No! That's unfortunate.
Nice.
So they clumsily try to bring in their ship along an attack vector, but, well, whatever you did on that initial hit has really screwed them up. So we're now back to you guys. Actually, before we do that,
Has that move that they made?
so that's them bringing some power back. Actually, no, scratch that. Scratch power. I'm actually bringing shields in.
Are
Some of
they
their
in
shields.
close range now? After their move?
Not yet.
Hmm.
Because they didn't successfully pull off their maneuver. They kind of angled themselves, but didn't bring themselves into the next zone, as it were. It's actually difficulty of 1, with a power requirement of 1, so they've sapped themselves a little bit more. And so they bring 2 extra shields back. That. Alright, so you did create an advantage. They did attack pattern. You have done scanning to do that. They have tried. They have brought shields back. So now it's your turn again.
Do
you
we
wanna-
want to build up an attack run, or shall we just fire?
Do you want to close the distance or put in an attack run? How about we just close the distance?
So,
Go on.
yeah, we need that to disrupt the cannons, don't we? Just closing the distance, so...
Yeah, if we close the distance, it makes the bang much bigger. But I was just gonna say, because of what's his name, Shatran's attack run, if he has someone assisting him, or can anyone give him support other than Trasa? Because we can then use the attack pattern to spend. Oh no, we got full pull. What am I talking about? No, yeah, let's move in and use attack run on Shatran, and we can just spend 2 momentum if it's successful.
Okay. Chris, if you could be Lieutenant Shatran for me, please.
He has determination if you want to make it.
He has determination. So, Lieutenant Shatran, your helm officer is going to be doing control and con. Difficulty... Well, actually, now it's going to be difficulty... No, it's still 3. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, because he's got the -1. So yeah, difficulty 2.
And the ship can also assist with weapons and con. So, Connie,
Weapons and con, coming right up.
we're on the ship.
Oh,
Ooh, that was close. Now, did someone just roll for Shatran? Because I didn't see.
No, that
come
was Dr. MacArthur, and he didn't have the determination spell to guarantee.
oh, he just chose the wrong one back.
Chose the wrong one by accident. Okay. We want Shatran, this guy there, please. If you need to, yeah, separate them out a bit so they're easier to click on. My bad.
No, just so you can see the, the name.
And the
It's
names,
a lot
yeah, that's
easier.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So, with no help from the ship whatsoever, because she is a big, chunky horse, it's all down to Shatran's talent to bring the ship in on an attack vector.
And then spending that... Are we spending that 2 momentum to get attack run so they can't... We don't have a...
Fire!
She's keen.
2 momentum gone. Does that mean we attack now?
That means you attack now, so that's going to be weapons and security from the ship. Using another point of power. Chris, if I could get you to roll 2 challenge dice, please, to see if those points of power that have just been spent on attack pattern and attacking don't get spent. Then we'll do the actual attack itself. So, no, they do get spent. Okay, noted. And so it's now down to the ship rolling weapons and security, 1 dice to attack, and of course, Commander Tre'gok rolling control and security, 2 dice.
And Trasa.
Difficulty 2. And Trasa assisting.
Focus and tactical systems.
So Liz, also give us command and presence and command from Trasa.
With inspiration focus.
Absolutely. Whoa! Hey! Yowza! Connie, can we have the ship? Thank you very much indeedy. Well, once again, the ship is having trouble what with the interference caused by the nebula, so it's all down to talent and inspirational shouting. As we get
So
2 over what we needed to hit, which
And also
means
we
you
get-
can either bank them all into the momentum pool or bank them all into damage.
Damage targeting power systems so they can't keep recovering their shields.
So you're looking to engineering, okay?
Yeah, because take out their power. Because I also don't want them trying to run away either.
Right, so you're definitely
Yeah.
targeting the engineering department. Gotcha. which would have upped the difficulty, but you've since brought it back down again, and it got fast targeting systems as a result, so easy daisy. Connie, roll
Disrupt the cannon!
damage. Whoa. And you had 2 extra, I do believe.
Alrighty.
Yes, 2 extra. So that's 10 with 3 effects, which if you're using the disruptor cannons, the big thing on the front of the ship, that's still just plain vicious, but nevertheless, I say just plain vicious. Nothing plain
Vicious and
about
piercing.
it. Vicious and piercing, so that's 13 with piercing 2, which means that it's actually 11, so you take all of their shields away with 6 points remaining. Which is well above the amount of scale they've got, which means you effectively pretty much destroy their power plant. Their ship is entirely disabled. Damn.
So, does that mean?
We can target life support systems, so we can board safely.
I mean, essentially, their power systems are dead in the water. You have essentially crippled the entire ship. I mean, if I have a look at what maximum damage to engines does. Engines disabled. They cannot be used to perform any task. Lots of power generation. It loses 2 power every round, so it's gradually leaking power. I mean, with that roll, you would essentially have destroyed their engine section, which means that their warp core would have detonated, but you were looking to disable rather than destroy, so... With your fast targeting systems, I will allow for you just plain crippling their core.
Nice.
So if you want to, you can board.
I
Yes.
know I said no witnesses,
But
do we want to take prisoners?
I mean, what's the average size of a Gallon crew? We should have enough brig space, right? Just teleport them all straight to the brig?
Because
Well-
I'd be interested in getting their navigation and scanning records, because we might be able to map the rest of it, because they came from the other way.
Yeah, and see how many more of those stupid mines they have.
okie dokie.
I think we
Where
should
they-
take the
where they put
picture.
them.
Put them all in the brig.
Right, as far as crew complement of... let's see, Memory Alpha doesn't have anything. Let's have a look for what Star Trek Online says. Galaclast. Yes, we know that they have comparable, but how much crew? Right, Cardassian ship class crew complement of exactly 600. It's quite a few.
Oh.
Whereas the Vorcha has a crew complement of nearly 2,000.
Okay.
So your
Take
crew
out life
complement
support.
outnumbers theirs quite considerably.
Do we want to do
Shall we
that boarding
consider-
action, or shall we just take out life support and just get everything from their records?
And I was thinking if we took them as prisoners, and then maybe we can maroon them on some isolated planet, take what we can from their ship, all the information, and then destroy the ship.
Are we at war? Are we at war with the Cardassians?
Yes.
Technically, yes.
I'd say, yeah.
Then they should die no, they shouldn't die honourable deaths. They just lost.
Yeah,
And
prisoners
the
of war.
Cardassians.
Now, the issue
Yeah,
you've
this
got
is-
here is that in order to find a planet to maroon them on, you would have to exit the pass. The Lakia
No.
passage.
We take them as prisoners of war for
No.
interrogation.
You don't take the whole crew. You
It's their
take
leadership.
you take the officers, because the whole crew is not going to be worth it. Take the bridge officers and any other high ranked officers as prisoners. Disable.
Disable the ship.
Make sure, disable the ship. So, it's going to take days or weeks or months out here by themselves to
Considering
fix
the
it.
sheer amount of damage you just did to their engine plant, I'm pretty sure we've fulfilled that side of things quite nicely.
I was going to say,
yeah.
we're not the Federation. We just blow them.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm saying. Is they could feel shame in defeat. Yeah.
No.
What would be better?
No, it's
Killing them,
killing them would
or
be tactically better, because we'd be leaving them to tell someone eventually if they got rescued.
Okay,
They
so
tell
there seems to
what
be two sides to this discussion at the moment.
So,
One thinks we should leave them behind to feel the shame of defeat. One thinks that we should leave no witnesses. So,
I'm still saying we take the officers. It's
but
just
don't leave the ship
we-
behind. Yeah.
we don't leave the ship and the rest of the complement behind. We take it out.
Okay. So, what does the captain think?
The captain thinks there's no honor in destroying a defenseless target at this point.
So,
There
leave
could
them
be
in their
changelings.
defeat. Okay.
Could be changelings.
Well, let's go for First Officer Trasa. What does Trasa think? Leave them or destroy them? It's Trasa's inclination.
well, we need to keep a secret that we're trying to use this pass. The presence of Cardassians in their minds here means it's not as safe as we thought.
So,
But we
you'd-
need.
Go on.
But we still need to make it more secure. So I guess, oh no, the ship got destroyed in the nebula. I lost
Okay.
track of where it was.
2 for 2 then. The helm officer doesn't get a word in because, he's done his job. Oketha thinks leave them in their shame, so tactical officer thinks no witnesses. Operations officer isn't here to give us his question, so Chris, it looks like you're the tiebreaker.
Before Chris adds his 2 cents, I just want to add that seeing the Cardassian ship was enough of a surprise for us, because we wouldn't expect to see them. We would expect to see Federation ships, wouldn't we? So it's like,
This is
if we
what-
leave them...
Yeah, they're up to
okay,
something.
Chris.
I'm with the captain on this one.
Alright. Leave them behind.
With a shame in it.
Shame of defeat. Well, as long as you've essentially crippled their power plant, they're not going anywhere for a long, long while. If they take shuttles in this kind of interstellar environment, it's going to be a long, slow, very bumpy ride home for them, so you've still got time and time and time. Whether or not shuttles would survive passage through the Lakia Pass is another question entirely. So even if they do try and get out, there's no guarantee they will get out. So as long as you have the senior officers as prisoners, you've got the ones with all the know.
Cool.
The rest are just regular officers. So they might not have the ingenuity left amongst them to get anything up and going anytime soon. So there's always the option of coming back for them later and just towing them back to the Empire if you want to do that. But
Also, we take their navigation logs and where they've tried to mine.
yes, that's the important part. So what I would like to do then is, if we go back to the bridge, I'm not going to get you to do tests on infiltrating the ship. You've pretty much got their surrender because, you know, and you can beam over in such numbers and force that you would easily overwhelm any resistance that was put up. So, capturing the senior officers of that Cardassian ship is no problem at all. So when you do get them on the brig, let's see exactly how much information you do get out of the Cardis. So, I mean, the captain can try an interrogation, Trasa can try an interrogation as well to add a bit of extra oomph. This is essentially going to be presence and security to try and basically browbeat them to get information, so... I mean, command is a good focus for the captain. Trasa has got interrogation as a focus, so either of those work. So it just so happens the first officer, yes, has got training in how to extract information. With words.
And now she's
Now she's
and now she is unchained from the restrictions of the Federation.
Well, quite.
Oh. I'll let the first officer do this work then.
All right then. Presence and security, please, Liz, to see with interrogation focus, to see what you get from the Cardassians. I will give this a difficulty of 1 because they're pretty beaten.
Alright, I'm also going to use a determination of my creature of habit.
Sorry, but I just can't get out of the habit of beating Cardis in the face with my fist. Oh damn, I've done it again. Oh damn, I've done it again. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, 4 successes, Jesus. Excuse me for blaspheming, but yikes. Okay, nope, that remains spent. Very well. Okay. A couple of surprising pieces of information come across from this interrogation. The ship you have captured is actually under the 7th Order, which means they are part of the military arm, which is surprising because last you heard on Cardassia was that there were no military orders anymore. But apparently these guys are remnants of the Cardassian military orders, and as I said, claim allegiance to the 7th Order. The whole area has been this local area of the pass has been primed with EMP grenades because they have a little outpost, an outpost station here in the Lakia Pass, and it doesn't take you long to break into their systems after the captain and senior officers give you this information to confirm. You get a location of where the mines are and how to move past them to bypass them. You can essentially take the... what's the term for the transponder? There we are. You can essentially rip out the transponder from the Gala-class cruiser in order to broadcast a friendly signal to the EMP mines to make them think that your ship is the same Gala-class cruiser that you've just decimated. Because there's no better description for what just happened. The other thing that's surprising is that they are operating, apparently, under the auspices of the Obsidian Order, which is weird because you could swear that, well, some time ago there was big news that both the Obsidian Order and the Tal Shiar from the Romulans were both set upon in a trap laid by the Dominion. So, 2 branches of the Cardassian government, which should no longer exist, are apparently at play in this area of space. you do have a location of their little base outpost in the pass. What would you like to do with this information now? And if you need a bit of a prompt, the first thing that anybody would, like Luthulol Dos or Shatran would come up with is if you can break into... I mean, if this is indeed an outpost of the Obsidian Order, then surely they, being the intelligence wing of the Cardassians, have got information that could very well point to proof of Dominion complicity with the TARPA Civilian Council. If you can get this information, well, the Klingon Empire will be able to give the biggest I told you so to the Federation.
Fancy another round, but with a little outpost.
Do you indeed fancy another round?
Do we have all the navigation stuff from the Cardassians and our scans?
Pretty much, yes.
Say that we've completed. Yeah, so we've completed our original mission. So yeah, sure, why not?
Let's do it.
All right.
It's a good day to die.
Or it's a good day to kill Cardassians. It depends on your perspective on things. It's a good day to be proven right. Okay. So, it takes about 40 minutes or so to navigate not only the pass itself and its various treacherous little troubles, but also, of course, engaging the transponder signal to make sure that the EMP mines don't blast you as you go through a more and more dense pocket of clouds of the things the closer you get. But eventually you do come upon what looks to be a Cardassian station. It's not huge by any stretch of the imagination. It looks quite small, but it does have one other Gala-class cruiser on patrol around it. Now, at this distance, you are still broadcasting friendly ident. But one wonders how long that will last.
What's our range?
You're currently at long range. So if you think about it as... If I can draw a... there's one. It's not very good, but there's two, and you're kind of in three, so you're at... Anything in this is close, anything in the next one is medium, anything out there is long.
So we can only shoot proton torpedoes if we wanted to hit anything.
Can we throw a probe with a Klingon or Federation signature, sort of like as a distraction, and then we'll show up with our friendly signature and be like, "Oh yeah, we're helping," but not really.
Yeah, well, to you. If you want to try that kind of deception, then yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
If we do that, what happens if they look out the window?
Well, as long as you don't give them reason to look out the window too quickly.
Okay.
Do we have specs on that outpost from the ship we just looted? So do we know its defensive capability?
Its defensive capabilities are actually not all that much. This is some kind of old... maybe even a refueling station or a listening post, so it's not actually built as a military outpost. So it doesn't have that many flaws to it. As such, it doesn't have that much in the way of armament. It seems to be relying pretty much on its incumbent guard ship to supply the firepower, as it were.
Well, we've just identified the target.
So, yeah, how would you like to go about this? There was discussion of maybe distracting the ship in some fashion by spoofing an enemy contact to draw their patrol ship away?
Do we need to spoof anything? Could we not just get the ship, make it look like the ship was disabled, set up a SOS, need recovery, say a mine detonated and lost power?
So you're suggesting you come in as if you're a Cardassian ship that was hit by one of the mines?
No, instead of us moving, getting that other Gala class to go to theirs. Get it to go towards the disabled ship.
Oh, that's way back. That's way back.
Oh,
Way
no, so it's
back.
nowhere
Sorry,
near us. Okay.
I moved it off to one side and I forgot to actually nullify its presence here, so that's my mistake, sorry.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
So in all likelihood, this station, I mean, as a show of how little they've got, this station probably only had 2 Gala-class ships to guard it. One of them was drawn away the moment you triggered the EMP mine on the very outskirts, so it's only got 1 protector ship left. So, once again, how would you like to do this? The lure them away thing, or do you want to cloak and then come in and basically go, surprise? What? Or just walk up to them, beat the living crap out of the Gala class, and then just turn around and board the station?
And that's my vote.
The direct approach is what we call it. You know, put it to a vote.
I think deception.
Okay, 1 for deception, 1 for no deception. Let's just go in blasting. So,
I think, like, can you guys hear me? I'm in.
yeah,
I'm in
I can hear you.
headset right
I
now.
was about to ask you, so yeah.
Yeah, I think, we're Klingons, we're not Romulans, we don't do subterfuge. I say we get stuck in. Direct
Go in
approach.
blasting. Okay, 2 for blasting, 1 for subterfuge. So, Dave.
As a true Klingon, I think we should take down this station.
So,
The
Let's
station.
blast it.
blasting. Okay.
I'm up for blasting. Yeah.
I mean, what's the odds that the station has shields?
We
Right.
should know.
Look, is this armored as much as is this armored and has what's its firepower? This station.
According to the records you purloined from the Cardassians, very little to nothing.
All right, let's destroy the ship and the station.
Do you want to destroy the station, or do you want to see what's on the station so you can nick its secrets?
I'd want to go on
Hey,
the
we
station, but go in.
Disable the ship.
Yeah. Disable or destroy the ship. Take what we can from the station, then blow it up.
Yeah. Okay, I like that plan.
So
Take
if you
what
want to
you
go
can.
in blasting,
There is much honor in that plan.
I think we're going in blasting.
I think you're going in blasting. All right then. Not even a pretense of a cloaking device, just shields up, start going in.
Yeah.
Let's do
Okay.
let's do the cloaking device. Get in close and then just absolutely,
I don't know. 'cause
murderize them.
we could go in with full
I feel like
shields.
they
and
might be
full
on
power.
alert.
Mark,
Yeah,
what
we
you
could go in
saying?
with full ships, full shields, full power, and launch a salvo.
So the advantage with the just go in jobby is that you will have, as Mark put it, full shields, full power. If you use the cloaking device, that takes 3 power to engage and your shields will be down. When you do re-engage cloak, that'll be another 3 points of power and an extra point of power on top of that for the shields. So your power will go down quite a bit,
Okay, all right.
but it will give you the
All right,
element of
we won't
surprise.
do the cloak.
So that's
I
the
mean,
interesting
technically,
thing. Go on.
we already have the element of surprise. We're transponding as a friendly Cardassian ship.
Yes.
Until we start blasting.
Until you start blasting.
So
So-
how close can we get before they'll know?
Medium.
Oh, that's great, because we can still use the, what's the weapon called? Disruptor banks from there.
Yeah, we can use disruptor banks, and we could also, you know, once they're shielded down,
Use the torpedoes.
salvo torpedoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I ask a question? Has that
Of course.
Cardassian ship got a 10 forward?
As far as you know, Cardassian military ships do not have a recreation room or a bar, no.
Okay, alright, then
So you
then
can't steal their drinks.
blast them. No, it wasn't that. It was just that I'm worried that somebody's going to look out the window again.
Oh, right. Someone's enjoying a drink of Canar in the mess hall, and they just happen to look out the window as this whacking great big Vulture-class cruiser's bearing down on them. Mess hall to bridge! Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Look, it's a legitimate
No, it's a
concern
concern,
here.
yeah. Now, the one thing the Cardassians do get right, and simultaneously wrong, as far as the Klingons are concerned, is that they have no room for frivolities on their ships. That does, however, mean that unlike Klingon ships, they don't have a targ pit, and they don't have the mess hall, and they don't have the recreational fighting arena. So these guys just don't know how to have fun, damn it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, who doesn't want a ship with all of that stuff on?
Well, not Klingons,
Actually,
I will tell you that for now.
Oh, we haven't got that on the cones. My
Here's the
next
Yet.
science project.
This ship doesn't even have a target pick yet.
Can we make our move into medium range and attack pattern? So it's not just a move, we're moving in attack pattern.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. Alright then. It does have the potential downside of showing an aggressive approach. So, I would suggest one of the first things your captain or your first officer would want to do is to essentially create an advantage of some sort that makes it slightly less obvious that it's an attack pattern coming in. Because you want to
Makes
delay
sense.
their response for as long as possible. So whether or not Trasa or Qe'Bach does that is entirely up to you. But yeah, let's do it.
I think Qe'Bach with space combat.
Okay. Deception, as Klingons will rightly point out, as far as their justification for cloaking devices go, is a necessary part of combat, so presence and command, please, from the captain. Difficulty 2. Why, yay! 4 successes based on the... Right, and they are going to need insight and security to see if they can see through it. They know that something triggered the EMP mines, so they could very well be on alert, so let's give that a bit of an extra boost with threat. I got 1 success. Wow. Okay, so the Cardassians are indeed still very arrogant. They do not see what is about to come. So, do you want to do the attack pattern now, or do you want to set up some extra stuff as well before?
They should have had a 10 forward.
They should have had a 10 forward.
Would have seen us coming then. Yep.
Oh dear. Mike, you can't see this devastation that's going on my desk right now, but my cat is desperately trying to surmount all of the stuff that's in his way and failing miserably. You alright, dude? For an old man, you're not as spry as you used to be, I'm afraid, are you? Meow. No. Congratulations, though, you did make a very impressive mess. Thanks for that. Right then. Attack pattern, or are we setting up extra stuff? Or shall we just get on with it? Attack pattern.
Attack pattern.
Alright then. Chris, once again, if I could get you to be Lieutenant Shatran.
Yep.
Liz, if you want your turn being the ship.
Alright. It's
Weapons
weapons
and con, please. 1 dice. And Chris, while you are on Lieutenant Shatran's character sheet, can I get you to roll a challenge dice before you do anything else to see if that takes a point to power or not?
1 challenge dice.
It does. Okay. So it does knock off a point of power to do the attack pattern.
What did I say I was rolling, sorry? As Shatran?
You are rolling control and con.
Cool.
Difficulty of... Helm. Attack pattern is difficulty 2. Already got...
Cool. Do I have any sort of focuses I can use? Maneuver
Yes, absolutely.
mastery?
Maneuver mastery would be one of them. Ooh, that was almost a 20, but it rolled over onto a 2.
Oh,
Nice.
It's fine. It's fine.
Exactly what you needed. So the ship moves in an aggressive stance into medium. Let's bring the crew along for the ride as well. Here, Rick. Everyone doing the happy dance. Okay, so...
everyone but Trasa.
Sorry, having a few technical issues.
That's
I'm going to
fine.
log back in.
Here we are, I've righted everybody. Okay, be back in a second, no problem, Mark. In that case, we've used the captain to set up one deception. We've used the attack pattern from your helm officer. We established that the Cardassians have no clue until the very last moment, so you've got an entire turn's worth of stuff to get this going. So does Dr. O'Keefe want to scan for weaknesses?
Yes, please.
Alright then. Liz, if you could take control of Dr. O'Keefe as per usual, we're going to want control and science with a focus on sensor operations. Connie, if you can be the Do Qe'Bach, we are using sensors and security. Whoa, nicely done.
What's up with all these doubles?
Yes, quite.
Sensors and security.
1 dice. Yes, please. Very good. 3 successes means you have got the piercing quality to your weapons now. Okay, so we've set up the attack run. Does Trasa want to do anything?
Not right now. We'll see what happens when we use the disruptor bank.
Okay, Groovunctious, which means Mark, what's your position at the moment?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes?
Cool. Alright, I'm just logging back into...
Alrighty.
board. Could be 2 seconds. Here.
So, hold on. Chris, if you're about, you can be the ship for this one.
Cool. And I'm back.
Is she with us, or...?
He's trying now, he's lagging a bit.
Okay.
What is happening with the ship? Weapons and
security, please.
What advantages did we set up?
So, it's attack pattern, so the difficulty has gone down to 3. You've got piercing on the weapons due to targeting a vulnerable area.
Okay.
And you're at medium, so the difficulty is now at 4.
So difficulty
Actually,
is
no. If you're using a medium weapon, that's not the case. My pardon. Bleh. 3. Difficulty 3.
Weapon. Difficulty 3. So we've got 1. Just need 2.
Just need 2.
Are we doing shield? Oh, we're targeting the ship, right?
Targeting the ship.
Do we want to do shield breaker again, or should we just go all out on the power systems with fast targeting system?
I think we should focus on the power so they can't fire back.
All right. All out on the
Okey-dokey.
power systems. Don't have anything else for that, so control and security.
Yes, please.
Perform task, and I'm going to use that determination again.
Okay.
Or should I steal a point of momentum, team?
Up to you.
Is everyone okay with me stealing a momentum for an extra die roll?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
go
for it.
Yeah?
Cool.
Okay.
Using a focus, steal a momentum, 3 dice. Focus in shipboard tactical systems. Come on.
2 successes, which means you got exactly what you needed. Okay. Connie, roll damage.
Disruptor banks.
Disruptor banks. Couple of
Oh.
empty ones there. You want to spend a point of momentum to re-roll those 1, 2, 3, 4 blank dice?
Yes! Let me just take away that 4. Oh my word!
Okay, that's better. 3, 6 with 1 is 7. So, against a Gala class, you've got its resistance down to 2. 7 minus 2 is 5, so that's its shields down by half, and you targeted its engine block, which means it loses power. As well as takes a breach. So a very, very heavy telling shot there. Nicely done. But now it's their turn, as they suddenly realise there's an enemy in their midst. Actually, scratch that, that was your surprise round. So, now that they are fully on alert, it's going to be now one of you. So who of you wants to go first?
Can I target? Can I do the
Look for weakness.
check for? Yeah.
Absolutely. Same again then. Control and science. And let's have Mark be the ship. Sensors and security from the ship, please. Just scan them for weaknesses as they try and recycle their shields.
Nice.
So there's the ship. So Liz, you about?
Oh, yeah.
If you could be Dr. O'Keefe, please, and give us control and science. With a focus on sensor operations. 3 successes, which means you get 4 in total. Over and above what you needed, you've created the penetrative quality on your weapons again. Now it's one of their turn, unless you're spending 2 momentum to seize the initiative.
Let's do it.
Do we want to? Because we can wait. Because wouldn't we have a disadvantage to attack? Because I've already been. Or does that not count? Because it was a
That
surprise?
was that round. Now you're coming back into a new round.
Yeah. We could seize the initiative and move into attack, but not have a disadvantage, thanks to our helm officer.
Oh,
And then
okay.
we're in close for our disruptor cannons.
In that case, Chris, can I get you to roll a challenge dice to see if that maneuver costs you a point of power on from your ship? Hasn't worked so far, but let's see if we can't get it to work this time. She's a very big, hungry ship, this one. That consumes a point to power. Okay. So, let's move. Connie, do you want to be Shatran? Mark, you can be the Do Qe'Bach. Do Qe'Bach is going to give me engines and security, whereas Shatran can give me control and con. Nice, nice, nice. Very nice. Closes the distance on another attack pattern. Even my cat's getting involved. He's doing his own attack pattern right now, aren't you? Hitting me in the face.
Do we want to spend the 2 momentum to reduce so we don't have a reduction difficulty when they attack us?
You're down to 4 momentum. Or do you want to just see if the old girl can take the beating?
I think momentum comes easily, so...
Spend the momentum?
I'd be up for spending it, yeah.
Okay. 2 more momentum gone then. Boink, boink. So it's not easier for them to hit you on an attack run. Okay. So that was your helm operation. Now they get their own. What do they want to do first? Their shields are halfway, but they got you coming in. They are going to try and get their shields back up somewhat, to the point where I'm going to spend threat to give them an extra dice. And once again, they are all of the pants. They don't manage to get their shields up any further. Wow, you guys terrify these poor Cardassians. They just can't do their jobs right.
Rightly so.
No, this just proves on how easily the citizens were able to defeat them. They're incompetent.
There's that too. I was about to make that very same assessment, so yes. Now it's one of you guys. So you've set up sensors. You've done an attack run. Do any of the commanding officers want to try and set up an advantage, or do you just want to go for straight for the shoot, bang, fire? Bang, fire.
If we set up the advantage, do we have to give them a turn before I can shoot?
Yes.
Or can they... Okay. I'd say set
Should I
up
just shoot them?
Because
Yeah, just shoot.
extra points in damage did really well last time.
So you want one of the commanding officers to assist with the attack?
Yep.
Okay. Fine by me.
Okay.
So, whoever wants to assist, one or both, I don't mind. The ship, I mean, if you are all doing that, then that leaves Chris to be the ship. The ship
I'll
will-
assist, yeah.
Yep, the ship will give me weapons and security, 1 dice. Captain Qe'Bach can assist with presence and command, as can Trasa. Right, the Do Qe'Bach. Again, sensors are proving a little tough. 1 from the captain. Is the first officer aiding as well? Yes, yes, yes. Which means it's now down to our tactical officer.
Cool. Using a focus. We're at max dice anyway, so yep.
Oh, that was a 20 and rolled over onto an 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Difficulty was... Usually at this range it's a 2, goes up to 2 because of that, but it got brought down because of that. Which means it's exact... Actually, no, it's 1 over what you needed. Okay.
Extra in for damage.
Oh, I was going to assume that, yes, you were going to throw some extra in damage. Christopher, fire disruptor cannons! Okay. Woo. So that's 9 overall. -2 is a 7, which strips them of their shields. Were you aiming for the same block?
Yep, still going for engineering.
Right, so what did I say? 7 got 1 block and 1 extra. So they take 2 on that. It takes 2, baby. So you've essentially disabled their engines.
I thought we were going for engineering, not engines.
Yeah.
So,
As a result,
only just-
as a result of going for the engineering section, you've cost them the ability to do pretty much anything.
Cool. But they still have shields, because we've not taken out their power. Okay.
They don't have shields. You obliterated their shields. You just carved through their shields and took out their engine block.
Oh, okay.
In one shot.
Nice.
Alright. So, the Galacast crew are met with not a hell of a lot they can do now. Excuse me while the ship's cat attempts to navigate underneath my microphone. Okay.
Should we take the commanding officers as well and then just explore the outpost?
Well, sensors, should you care to employ them on the station, show that there are, at the very least, let me count, about 10 individuals on this station. But there is shielding around the central position, so you won't be able to just transport straight into it. The only place you'll be able to transport into is one of the docking pylons and make your way in from there.
Unless I use shield breaker to take out their shield.
You can certainly try, but it's less shielding to do with shield. It's more shielding to do with the density of the alloy that the station is made out of.
Oh, wait, we have the officers, as well as all the details and logs and passcodes. Bye-bye, ship.
No problem, Chris.
Can we get them to surrender?
You can try.
Before we board. Yeah. What do you
Okay.
think? Everyone. Well, no, don't just do it. Let's see what the crew thinks.
Yep, see what the crew thinks. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, just point out the fact that we outnumber them, like, 2-1?
Okay. The people? Connie, what do you think?
Make them surrender.
Chris is going to be right back, so that leaves Dave.
Yeah, make them surrender.
Okay. Can I, through Liz, get Dave's character, Dr. Rakitha, to please give me a control and science check with the sensors, please, whilst your comm officer sends off the conditions of their surrender. Okey-doke. That was awful. Okay. There's no response to your request, your demand for them to surrender, but what your science officer notes is that there's now an awful lot of movement going on the ship, on the station, pardon me, and it looks like that some folks are starting to crowd into the command outpost and the main computer server area. It's entirely possible that they're looking to try and basically purge their computer systems of all information before you get a chance to board. So, if you wait for them to surrender, you might not get the chance to have a look at what's on their computer systems.
Nope, we won't. Well, if
Oh,
there's
man,
nothing of
Coach.
value, we'll just blow it up. So let's go get it.
Well, the captain, of course, was well within his rights to go down on this boarding party for glorious battle. In fact, the whole command crew
Let's
could
go.
probably go down.
Finally.
One-on-one combat, yes indeed. Alright, so let's get... I mean, let's take Shatran out of it, he's piloting the ship.
One-on-one? That's too easy. It's more like 3-on-1. That's a fair fight for the Cardassians.
Okay, so you managed to dock with the station, and before long you are in the loading the docking umbilical door, ready to board the station. As soon as you get onto the docking area, however, that's when a load of Cardassian soldiers file in with rifles and take defensive positions behind crates and boxes and start to lay down fire. This is where we go into regular initiative. Oops, did I just take everybody out? There we go. One of you goes first, then one of them, then one of you, then one of them, etc., etc., blah 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 blah. Who's going first? We'll go with who's on top then.
Can I go first?
Trasa!
You're first.
Yep, closing the distance. This looks like it's going to be daring and security then if you're getting this close.
Oh yeah, definitely. Batleth. Combat.
Okay. Your one success versus my one success means that the Cardassian soldier gets his rifle up and uses it to block the Batleth, so it's a no-score draw. Now it's one of their turn. The soldier that you just... Actually, no, it's the other one. Let's see. Is instead going to go for Tre'gok down there while he's behind cover, as in the Cardassian is behind cover, so he is going to use Poland security to try and fire his phaser rifle. He gets it. Unless, of course, Commander Tre'gok wants to use a determination to leap dramatically out of the way, or does he want to take the hit like a Klingon?
I want to take the hit like a Klingon.
Hey. Right, 6 successes, 1 effect, and that 1 effect is vicious, so you actually take 7. You've got a uniform which gives you a resistance of 1, so it's down to 6, which means you have taken an injury. Plasma burn.
What does the plasma burn do to
That means that it'll be an increased difficulty to attack for you for a bit while that injury is present. One of you can go now. Who wants to go?
I'm gonna
I'll
wait.
run.
I was to say, I'm gonna wait until near the end, and then I'm gonna start. Well, look at people with injuries.
Okay. Does the captain want to go next? Did I just hear?
Yeah, I want to come all the way over here
Yep.
and battle him with my lefty and righty.
Shades of the Tellarite. We're going with daring and security.
Focus in hand-to-hand combat. Okay, come on.
Okay, the Cardassian got 0, you got 3. So you can either bank those 3 into the momentum pool, or you can throw some into damage, whatever you want to do.
I'll bank one.
Throw the other 2 into damage. Okay, so I've banked it. Roll unarmed combat, and then roll 2 extra challenge dice.
I just need to add the unarmed combat into the.
Fine.
Oh wait. Yeah, I need to add.
Oh, I need to add it. Right. Okay. I got it. Whoop! It's in there.
Thank you.
Very
And
remiss
2
of me not giving the
extra.
captain the fisticuffs. 5 successes, 2 effects. They've got armor on as well, so it's actually 4 successes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nicely heavy hit, probably using the Trek double-handed sledgehammer attack. As the captain gets stuck in. It's that very Cardassian soldier's turn next. He's not keen on fighting a Klingon up close and personal, so backs off in order to pull out a pistol. And fires it, and gets 3 successes, which means he does actually hit and does an extra bit of damage. Does Captain Qe'Bach want to use a point of determination to dive dramatically out of the way, or is he going to take it?
He's gonna take use the point of determination and then roll it back using a veteran.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see.
So basically, roll a challenge dice to see if veteran helps you keep it. You don't,
No.
so you do spend it. Okay. So the captain basically ducks behind those barrels before he actually takes the shot that was meant for him. Okay. One of you goes next.
I'm going to wait for medical treatment. And then
Okay. In which case either our engineer or our ops officer can go next. Let's throw in our ops officer. Where do you want him to go for? Do you want him to take out one of the ones already injured? The ones already injured, or do you want to get him close? He's probably better at shooting from a distance, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm thinking this one. He's already taken a hit.
So let's get him that way. Okay, in that case, Chris, since you volunteered that, you may as well be Luthul Oldos.
Sure.
It's control and security from this guy using his disruptor pistol. Doesn't have a focus for it, but so he
No,
does.
that's fine.
Ooh, dear.
Oh, blimey. Legion of Honor?
Where?
Yeah.
Trasa?
Technically. Unless Trasa wants to hold those off for herself or at another occasion. That's just a plain old miss.
No, I really. What's the odds? You're gonna. Through accidentally hits the captain?
I'm going to take it as an extra point of threat to my pool rather than anything else, so I'll just treat that as a plain old miss. There's a wildfire and a miss as Doss tries to support his captain. So that means one of them goes next, which is the guy next to Trasa. Again, not terribly keen on taking a Klingon on in unarmed or in hand-to-hand combat or melee combat, so it's going to withdraw. And control and security. Getting 1 success, so that was a miss. Okay, who of you guys wants to go next? The doc, the engineer, or the tactical officer?
I'll try Shilatha, I guess.
Well, Shilatha has got hand-to-hand combat because, you know, she has to beat her subordinates into submission, so...
Got this like tag thingy.
Yes, the Klingon dagger, so you can easily cross into anywhere on that upper platform that you wish.
I will give Trasa a hand down here.
Okay.
Hello.
So that's daring and security from you, please.
Daring, security.
I got a 1, so just do better than that, basically.
I'm thinking, oh, I've got a hand-to-hand combat focus as well. Yeah,
You do have the hand-to-hand combat focus, so yes. Which means that... Ooh, dear. Okay, so it's a no-score draw. Unless you want to spend a determination to change that. These are just low-level soldiers at this point, though.
No, it's fine. I don't want
Okay.
to waste them on the noobs, on the low levels.
Which leaves the one Klingon remaining. Gonna go for the captain. Recognizes an important Klingon when he sees it. And I roll just as poorly, if not more so. So yeah, that goes astray. Right, that was one combat round. So we've got Dr. Akitha and Commander Tre'gok left to go, so we may as well activate the dock. Control
Alright,
and medicine, please.
Why are you complaining about this plasma injury?
I'm guessing focus on medical procedures.
Yes, indeed.
It burns.
Don't care if it burns.
2 successes, cool. So the injury is technically still there, just the downsides of it no longer apply. As Commander Tre'gok is basically pumped with combat stims in order to help him ignore the pain. So now it's Commander Tre'gok's turn.
Cool. I'm gonna fire back at the one that shot me.
Which is essentially this guy over here. He is behind cover.
So I can use my fire at will. So whenever a character makes a ranged attack and then uses the swift task to make a second ranged attack, I ignore the difficulty increase. So I'm gonna try and shoot him twice.
So you're going to have to spend a point of momentum to do the second shot.
Alright, let's do the first shot and see if that lands.
Okay.
I thought that was free. Never mind.
Control and security.
Control security. Yeah, I've got a disruptor pistol. Can I use my focus in disruptors?
Absolutely, you can.
Boom. Ah,
1 success.
what do people think? Should I spend momentum to fire again?
Up to you. You need to spend determination to... well, actually, no, momentum to fire again, but determination to... Up to you. You got 3 momentum, so half your momentum pool.
I just want to check the crew's okay with me taking the momentum before I do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, let's try that again. With the focus. That's better.
That's much better. Okay, so that one actually lands this time, so, yeah. So, roll damage. It's 7 with 5, but he's behind cover, so I can roll this. I get nothing from the cover, so it's just armor. So it is 7 with 5, it's vicious, so that's an incredible 12. Minus 1 is 10. He's nearly lost all of his stress in one shot. So I'm gonna say that's essentially 2 injuries right there. That guy's incapacitated. He's out. Does Tre'gok want to move anywhere?
Limping on. Can I move up?
Yep, you can
close
move
to the
anywhere
track?
basically in this next section here. Hey, next combat round, who of you is starting? Well, dare I did I even have to ask?
Okay, gonna hit him again. Can I use a momentum to
If you're
get
alright
extra
with
dice?
spending momentum, that's fine. I got 2, so he's actually looking pretty good, this guy.
Go for it. Or you could use. Nah, don't use determination. Save it.
Okay, focus on hand to hand. Alright, let's go.
It's a 19, but there's a 10 and a 13, which is much better. Okay, so that is a draw. Unless you want to spend a point of determination with the possibility of it getting back,
So-
you want to re-roll one of those dice.
Warrior Spirit. When a Klingon attempts a melee attack and purchases 1 or more additional dice with momentum, the Klingon may reroll any number of d20s.
There we go. Re-roll the 19 at the very least. Nice, 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 nice. Much better. You rolled back. You cheeky so-and-so. Alright, so it's a no-score draw, but both the engineer and the first officer are dogpiling this one Cardassian soldier. Speaking of, the guy next to Captain Qe'Bach now has Commander Tre'gok and Lethulal Dos to contend with, so he is going to lay down suppressing fire, which means he is essentially going to aid his fellow. Not very well. Okay. One of you can go next.
I'm gonna go after him with my duck talk.
Okay. So essentially this guy is just firing at the captain at Commander Tre'gok, trying to get you to duck behind cover to keep you pinned in place. Obviously you don't think that that's anything a warrior would do, so by all means chase after him and give him a good old drubbing. If not an actual shivving. So this is going to be daring and security, same for this guy.
Can I use a focus on composure because I am running after him under fire?
Well, you're going to use the focus of hand-to-hand combat anyway, so either way it works.
Okay.
Yeah, so composure and fire works just as well. 2 successes, I got 3. Which means I technically won that one. Even though I only got 1 effect and 1 result. Which essentially does nothing but push the captain back a bit. Okay, so still a bit of a stalemate. Which is not what you wanted, because shock and awe was your main assist here, but you're losing the momentum of your attack. You're giving the Cardassians elsewhere in the station time enough to do what they're doing, which is what these guys are trying to do, is essentially slow you down. So this guy is going to try and take on Trasa, so Trasa gets to do daring and security again. I don't roll that well. So Liz, if you can give me daring and security, please. Hello, Liz. Come in, Elizabeth. Hello.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, sorry.
Control, sorry, daring and security,
he's okay.
please.
Oh, you guys like attacking me? How cute.
That's more like it. 3 successes, so you got 2 over and above. You can put those back into momentum, or you can put them into damage, or any combination thereof.
Let's see.
Woof. Okay. That's 12,
We'll put 1.
which is 11,
One
which
in there.
is all gone. He's down. So you can
Okay,
bank those.
so both
You
of
can
them get
bank
back.
that momentum. Weak. Defeated, not
Victory
dead.
scream.
Kapla! I sounded more like George of the Jungle there than anything else, but okay. One of you gets to go next.
I'll go with Shilatha again. Have a word with this fella.
What the Shilatha? Alright, so you can either go with ranged with control and security difficulty 2, or you can go hand to hand with daring and security.
I'll try range this time. So what was it? Control security?
Control security difficulty 2.
Sure.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it rolled over onto a 19. That's a miss. Unless you want to spend determination to re-roll the 18.
No, it's okay.
Does Shilatha want to move? Or is she alright backing up Trasa?
Yeah, I'll go like up here behind cover.
Hey, cover it shall be. Right, this guy was gaining an advantage to try and attack the captain with. So he actually gets to do control and security with difficulty 1 this time, I think. No, it's the same difficulty, he just gets to reroll d20. So let's try this. Control and security. Boing. 12 and 7 is 2 successes, exactly what we want. So once again, Captain Qe'Bach gets the opportunity to spend his remaining determination to dive dramatically out of the way, on the hopes he might get it back, or he can just take what's about to come.
I think he's just gonna have to take it. Oh!
8, 9, which means you take 8, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You take an injury.
Medic.
Plasma burn.
Captain!
Yes, it's going around. One of you goes next.
Shall I try blasting them?
Absolutely, if you want to.
Go for this one.
Which one again, sorry?
Oh, the one that just shot the captain.
Okay, yep, got him. Control and security, please.
Focus and disruptors. Bam.
2, exactly what you need, okay. Roll damage.
Pew.
7 successes, 3 effects, good grief, that's a 10, minus 1 is a 9, he's down.
And if everyone's okay, I can spend a momentum and fire at the other one.
I hear no objections.
Clink. So, control and security again. Focus. Finish this. Oh, okay.
Exactly what you needed, thanks to the 2. That's a lot of. That's a lot of. 8, 9, 10, 11 to 14. Good grief, you really got pissed off at getting shot. 13 is all the way out and down. There might be some honours in store for Commander Tre'gok after this. As he helps the crew regain their momentum. Now, Dr. Ukitha, the captain, has taken a bit of a whack. Might want to get up there and help deal with his injury. There is indeed a door leading that way, so, yep, you're going to want to keep on moving. Ukitha will roll control and medicine to try and help the captain out. Ooh, extra. Read all about it. So, yes, the... So what I'm going to do there is, thanks to Dr. Ukitha, Ukitha's medicine is 4, so both the captain and Tre'gok will get 4 back to their respective stress pools. But because this is an ongoing thing, you won't regain all of your stress as you keep battling through the next levels. Okay, so there is a set of stairs that lead up to a main corridor which should take you to the command center. Which I expect nothing less than blasting it through dramatically. So, there's still an alarm going off in the station. And so, when you get there, there are 2 Cardassians in the command center. One of them is furiously typing into a console, while another is on a kind of a command stand that overlooks down onto the pit where the other crew member is busily with trying to copy and erase
Wrong person.
some records. But of course, they see you coming in, so this is back to combat.
Can I try and injure? Can I try and heal our captain, please?
You just did.
I'm happy to just start blasting.
Yep, I'm happy with running up and slashing this guy.
So,
Or this one.
Dr.
wants to run up
O'Keefe.
as well.
Okay. Dr. O'Keefe did successfully treat the captain just now, and did such a good job that, yes, extra stress was awarded back to Tre'gok and the captain, so cool. Who's going first, sorry? The
Can
Cap?
we just soften them up for you?
Or do you want your tactical officer to soften them up for you first? This guy is wearing the command pips of a Cardassian gull.
Ooh.
Alright, well, I'll shoot him first.
Okay, Tre'gok goes first.
I am using my focus, but I'm also going to spend a determination. We are Klingons, therefore or just glory to our house. And I'm hoping to get enough momentum to then spend it and fire again.
If you roll a challenge dice for me first, because you do have veteran, which means you might not spend it. You do spend it.
Never mind.
Yeah, you need a 5 or a 6. You need the effects.
Unfortunately. But carry on with what you were going to do. Pew pew. Oh, that's a 1. That's 5. Yive. Okay. So, you've got 3 over and above what you needed, so any combination of those can be re-added to momentum or damage.
I'm going to temporarily add 1 to momentum, because I'm going to take it back, and add 2 to the damage.
Okay, so I am going to forego you doing that by using the Cardassian Gull's determination of Cardassia expects everyone to do their duty as he dives dramatically out of the way, which means your shot basically takes out that entire command console.
Right, well then I'm taking that momentum back, and I'm firing again.
Same guy?
Same guy.
Okay.
Using focus.
2 successes on the bean.
Is he going to take it in the face?
He's going to take it in the face this time.
He thought he got away.
8, 9, 10. Minus armor is 9. Okay. Woof. Close, but not quite. It's one of them, so the gull is going to go next. Let's see, who just shot at him, but you can see the captain and the first officer right in the door, so that guy needs time to finish what he's doing.
And we see initiative.
Go on, sorry?
We seize initiative.
You can seize initiative if you want. It's going to cost you 2 momentum.
Rather.
Yeah, what's the worst he's gonna do? He can try to shoot Trasa
Okay.
and just make her angry.
So is that no to...
Everything.
Alright. Let him attack.
Let him attack. Alrighty. Control.
Yeah, there's only 2 of them.
Throwing in a determination. Ooh, and because he is ruthless, I earned a point of threat the moment you came into this room, so I'm going to spend it there to give him an extra dice. I didn't roll terrifically well, or even with 4 dice, I rolled 2 success. So I managed to hit. But I am using the pistol in this instance, so that is 6 and 1, which means I got a 7. With your armor, you take a 6. Unless you were spending determination to jump dramatically out of the way. Nope. Alright. Which means you also take an injury. Plasma burn. Okay, who of you is going next?
Oh, it's...
Okay. I'll take a shot and I'll go for the injured man and get all to that.
Okay. Lieutenant Shilatha, feel free to go.
Control security again. I'll do a
If you're
range.
shooting, then yes, please. Difficulty 2. Ooh, that was one hell of a miss.
Nailed it. Dear me. Never mind.
Determination to reroll.
I'm going to spend determination to reroll.
Yeah, okay, might as well then. We're at the big boss now, aren't we? So I'm rolling 1 dice again, yeah?
You can roll both of them again if you want.
Oh, go on then.
That's much better.
Ooh.
3 successes. So you get 1 over and above what you need, so you can either bank that in momentum or add it to damage. He is...
I'll bank here. The man is like teetering on the brink
Yeah,
and falling
yeah.
over.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Roll damage.
roll damage. No worries.
Your disruptor pistol. Pistola. Ooh. Well, it's just as well that it's got the vicious quality, otherwise it wouldn't have dropped it.
Boom.
As he goes flying back as a load of sparks erupt from his from the front of his jacket. Okay, that was one of you. Now it's the Cardassian soldier. He has to turn around from what he's doing. He's going to move behind the computer console in order to get cover, and he's going to shoot at the nearest target, which happens to be the captain. Control security. 2 successes means I hit with a disruptor rifle. The captain takes 8. Minus uniform of 1 is 7, which means that the captain still has 2 stress left, but does take an injury. I'm gonna say broken arm. So his off arm, his not weapon, his not stabbing arm, is now thoroughly smashed from the impact of that shot. But you can go next if you want to show him what for.
I'll show him what for. I'll use lefty or righty, whichever is...
You've only got righty remaining, so... pretty
Okay,
much.
come on righty, let's go get him. So I'm gonna go over there.
Okay, this is going to be a daring and security check, no doubt. Oh, I rolled a 20.
Ooh.
As the captain rips off a chair and just flings it at the guy and beats him with it. Yep, you get to roll unarmed combat.
That'll learn you!
Gee, willikers, what is that? Okay, so that is 4 minus 1 is a 3, but it's a knockdown, so you beat him into the floor.
I said wail on him 4 more times with the chair.
Well, unless Trasa or Oketha or Dos want to go next and, join in the kicking. This is basically a pub kicking at this point.
Yep, Trasa's gonna go in with her bat lift.
Alright. This guy is going to be fighting from underneath.
You know, just for the pure fun of it, I'm gonna use a determination because I really want to get this guy in this.
Okay.
You can also take a momentum if you've got enough dice.
Nope, you're spending
yeah.
that determination.
And then yeah, I'll just take that because you know that means I get to reroll if I fail.
You really do not fail. You seriously do not fail. 6 over what was needed. So if that's the Batleth, you can pile 3 into momentum and still have 3 extra damage. 7 and 1, which makes for 8, but minus the armor. Oop, you're re-rolling some? Okay.
Oh no, that was for the 3 damage.
No, that was the 3 extra. Right, yeah, of course. So, silly me. It's actually 8 with 2 effects. That's 10. Minus 1 is 9. Yeah, he's out. Okay, wow, well. Okay.
I'm gonna fix this minor injury on the captain.
Very minor injury.
Yes.
The fact that his arm's just hanging there.
No, it's a scratch. It's fine.
It's a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's hanging off.
The captain can still hold a batleth. So.
One-handed, sure.
No, two-handed. Doesn't matter.
I see. It's the power of positive reassurance, right?
No. Captain's a Klingon.
So essentially,
Oh, yeah,
it's,
hey,
you're
I-
a Klingon, act like it.
Yeah.
Alright, roll the healing.
This doctor has no bedside manner.
I forgot I had a roll.
That was adequate. So the armor's at least been patched. It's going to need some time with a bone regenerator. But the dermal regenerator has at least done its job and patched up the immediate reach in his skin. So, you are in the command center. It seems they were trying to delete some files, but now you can have a good old mosey as to what they were actually having a look at. The person who is probably better at, or the persons who are probably better at looking at this kind of thing, would be more than likely your ops officer, Lieutenant Lethulal Doss. So,
the goal for the key
I'm happy
cards
to
or-
assist as well as the engineer.
yep, sure,
really
no problem. So, searching the gull, you just find a data pad that appears to have orders, but it's at this present moment in time encoded. It does have an obsidian order insignia on it though, so it's asking for a passphrase of some variety. Without knowing the passphrase, it might take a bit of time to crack open. In the meantime, Shilatha was going to help Lethulal Doss with whatever was going on. So, Connie, can I get you to be Lethulal Doss? And we are doing probably reason engineering here with a focus on computers, and with Shilatha doing the same but with 1 dice. Two successes from Lethulal Doss, thank you, Connie. Reason and engineering from Shilatha as well, please, Chris. No focuses. 3 successes. Okay. It doesn't take long for you to start digging into the information that they were trying to purge. It seems that they this particular outpost was geared towards intercepting or transmitting coded frequencies. It seems from the records that DOS and Shilatha are able to get that there are a number of apparent intelligence. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. When you listen in on somebody's conversation, you're eavesdropping, but if it's in the intelligence business, it's called... Either way...
Gathering intelligence.
Gathering intelligence. You find a load of intelligence reports. They appear to be coded transmissions between an individual on Cardassia called Cmdr. Apparently, this station had been responsible for assembling a good deal of data on this Cmdr, who, as it turns out, is a former legate who, according to the documentation you're now reading, was the leader of the Cardassian dissident movement. However, he was found out and exiled before he returned to Cardassia in order to help overthrow the military government and reinstate the powers of the civilian Detapa Council. So this seems to show proof that there was indeed collaboration between the Federation, sorry, not the Federation. It does seem to show that there was indeed collaboration between a founding member of the Detapa Council as a Cardassian resistance movement, aided by some kind of coded transmissions coming from the Gamma Quadrant.
We have the proof.
However, you don't have the. You do have the Gull's secure pad, and it's obvious that it's important because it's security locked. So, what you want to do about that?
Can I pass the pad to DOS, but also swipe the Cardassian pin from the Gull as well?
Okay.
Insignia badge as a trophy.
Okay.
So it's not as it collects weapons.
And Tre'gok collects insignia. Okay, can we have... In fact, Mark, you came up with the idea, why don't you be Lethulol DOS now, doing a similar kind of thing. Reason and security now, I think, actually.
Reason and security?
Unless, of course, we're trying to break into this. Computer systems is going to be... Actually, infiltration would probably be the better focus here.
Yep. What's the difficulty, sorry?
3.
3. I'm gonna steal a point of momentum to bump those dice up.
DOS has also got 2 determination.
Oh, and I'll spend a point of determination as well. All the dice.
Five successes. Okay. It takes Lieutenant DOS a good bit, which coincidentally is the amount of time it takes the rest of you guys to read all of this interesting, very, very interesting intelligence documentation that shows there were indeed collaborations between the Cardassians and the Dominion after all. But the security encoded pad takes a bit of time to break into, but eventually you do get it. The pad appears to have an access override code built into it, so that if it looks like if you load it into a computer terminal, it will give you Obsidian Order level access into this station's data core.
Oh yes.
Which in its own way is a bit odd, because you just broke into the computer system and found all this incriminating evidence, so why would there be extra security levels above this?
Misdirection. Let's get the real evidence of what's going on here.
Okay. slotting placing the datapad over a working computer terminal, and using that pad, you get a Obsidian Order emblem comes up on the view screen, which then unlocks a screed of data that piles past, and it comes up with orders from a member of the Obsidian Order, an agent who remains unknown, I think. Or did I actually name him? Ah, yes, my pardon. Obsidian Order agent Brelar Haduk. On Haduk's orders, the Gul Tavat was to utilize this station as a means of creating fabricated intelligence. It turns out that all of this data you've just collected, proving that the Cardassian Tekeni Gamor had any collusion with the Dominion, is in fact false. Brelar Haduk, being a member of the now defunct Obsidian Order, has laid the groundwork for plans to reinstate the Obsidian Order and recreate the Cardassian military order as it stood before. In order to get that to happen, he needed the people to see proof that that this hero of theirs was in fact working in collusion with the Dominion. So it seems that Brelar Haduk was going to try and overthrow the Tatapa Council by fabricating evidence of I've forgotten his name again. Tekeni Gamor's collusion with the Dominion. So now, your crew is in possession of two very different pieces of intelligence information. You have one piece of intelligence information proving that Gamor was in collusion with the Dominion and therefore used that to overthrow the military order on Cardassia. On the other hand, you have an Obsidian Order stamped set of orders that show that this information is fabricated.
Both are great, because we've got one to give to the Federation to say that they were wrong, and one that we can use as leverage against the Obsidian Order.
Except there is no Obsidian Order at the moment, it's just one guy. Maybe.
Yeah, but if we wanted to install a puppet government on Cardassia, that's how we do it. We could support the Obsidian Order to get rid of the Resistance and the Dominion, but have puppet control over Cardassia, and use the Federation to support our invasion, because we've got the proof we want to tell them, no, you're wrong.
Interesting. What does everybody else think of this? Commander Tre'gok, it seems, is all for using both of these pieces of information to your mutual advantage. However...
I mean, using only one of them is just a waste.
Exactly. And we could go to Gowron with the real evidence, but give everyone else the incriminating Dominion evidence.
But are we using this? Are we using this information in a way Klingons would be proud of?
We don't want to fight two wars, we want to win. The Dominion's the real enemy.
Effa makes an interesting point.
Because we don't have to use the Obsidian Order evidence just yet, and we also conceal the fact that we've got the real evidence until we need to use it. So the Obsidian Order, or what's left of it, will think we've got what they expected us to get.
Will there... Can I ask another question? And this is like the most serious question I've ever asked. Will there be glorious battle?
Yeah, because we've got the justification to get the Federation to join us in the assault on Cardassia. Because it's full of Dominion.
Will there be honours in this glorious battle? Will our names be sung in the halls of
Stovacor.
Yeah.
Admit it, you were going to say Valhalla for a minute there.
I was very close to. I couldn't remember what it was.
I mean, definitely for Tre'gok, because the amount of blasting he just did. But,
Well, quite. There was an awful lot of blasting going on. Where does Trasa sit with all of this? Biz, you with us?
Oh yeah. But I was away for I guess almost a week round.
So, unless I miss my interpretation here, it sounds like both the captain and the tactical officer are suggesting that what you now know is fabricated evidence that, according to this fabricated evidence, proves collusion between the Cardassians and the Dominion. You want to use that to basically wave it in the faces of the Federation and say, we were right, you were wrong. And just in case the Obsidian Order pops up, you want to be able to hang on to the orders that prove it's wrong and say, it's not us, it's you, it's shut up.
Yeah.
And also, by publishing the fabricating evidence, the Obsidian Order will believe we fell for their subterfuge. Until such time we make it evident that that's not true.
Even though the subterfuge is not meant for the Klingons. The subterfuge has been written in such a way that it was written for the Cardassian people.
Yep. But we can use it. So they'll eventually work out that we raided the station. At some point.
Okay, but I still wasn't here when we figured out what the truth was.
The truth is that the station was made for fabricating evidence against a member of the Cardassian resistance movement. So there's falsified evidence here to show that this hero of the people on Cardassia was actually getting support from the Dominion. But we've also got a datapad that shows that this is not true. This is all fabricated. The Obsidian Order wants to bring back the military order of Cardassia by framing the one who overthrew or helped overthrow the military autocracy on Cardassia and showing him to be basically a liar and a Dominion colluder.
Honestly, this sounds like a Gold Descartes plan. Really, really basic and really awful.
Thank you.
I'm not you, Matt. I'm saying it's a.
So, are you saying this plan of your Klingon brethren is awful?
No, the plan of my Klingon brethren is amazing, and I will follow them to glorious death.
Well, against the Dominion.
It's just these Cardassians. I can't fight. I'm getting way too into this Klingon stuff. I need to stop.
What do you think
We can leverage the Obsidian Order evidence to get a puppet government so we can focus on the real enemy, which is the Dominion, and get a good fight with the Cmdr.
Yeah.
So you want
Sounds
to
like a plan.
try and basically bring up an Obsidian Order of your own.
Exactly. So.
Oh, yeah, but no. Because that is not very Klingon-ish.
Oh no, we're not doing it. We just put a leash around them. So that we're just enslaving the Obsidian Order. We're not going to do it. They're doing the work.
Yeah, but their tactics are not honourable.
Commander Trasa herself will be able to tell you there used to be a certain Klingon house that engaged in this kind of stuff. Which, coincidentally, is how she got turned into a full Klingon.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Let's not.
We use the tool we've got. We're not going to enact a subterfuge. We're just going to quickly deal with the Cardassian threat so we can focus on the real enemy.
Tell the Federation. So basically what we're doing is telling the Federation they're idiots, and then we want to go to the Obsidian Order and go, we've got this. We're going to put a leash around you, kind of thing.
Not even tell them that. We tell the Federation they were wrong. Take over Cardassia. And then if we need the Obsidian Order for any reason, or they surface as a problem, we've got something to counter them. Then we can put the leash on.
Well, why don't we give that to the people? Well, the former Resistance members of the of Cardassia. Then the whole of Cardassia owes the Klingon Empire, don't they? Then.
But then we're wrong. We're publishing the fact that we were wrong in the war with Cardassia. We shame the Klingons if we publish it.
Oh. Destroy the evidence then.
No, I'd say keep it, just in case we need it. We don't have to release it. But if the Obsidian Order becomes a problem we can't deal with militarily, we've got a nuclear option after we've taken what we can from Cardassian space.
Interesting. So you look. Go on, Connie.
I was just thinking, we're not actively being deceptive. Lying by, lying by omission, I think, is acceptable for us Klingons. We're just not showing all the cards in our hand yet.
We're cloaking.
Exactly.
We're cloaking the evidence.
Exactly. It's like cloaking. And then if someone questions this, we'll be like, we discovered it later. They won't know it was a few seconds later, but yeah.
It was later. Yeah. It's an emergency weapon. Did we need it? I definitely don't think we should destroy it. I think we should hang on to it.
But you're still. It seems that you're still
hang on
up
to it.
for hang on to it. Okay. It seems that you guys are very much of the opinion that even though the Klingons can use this to basically wave it under the Federation's nose and go, see, we've got the proof, you're still up for pretty much drubbing the Cardassians and bringing them to heel.
Yeah, bring the Cardassians to heel with the support of the Federation and the pride and honor of telling them how wrong they are.
Aha.
And then let Gowron know what else we found as a sweetener for Gowron, but also to let him know that we've got options if things surprise us.
Interesting.
So, where is this in the timeline? DS9 was.
Right. So as it happens in the timeline, this mission has gone on within the space of days of the attack on the Arcanus sector. So Gowron announces that the Klingon Empire intends to retake lands that were, or territories rather I should say, that were taken from it a while ago, probably during the First Federation Klingon War, and as a result the Federation basically goes, oi, what are you doing? And the Klingons go, whatever the hell we like, and that's basically what the Federation Klingon War erupted as far as I understand it. The Klingons got so happy with conquering extra territory, they didn't want to stop at Cardassia, and so they started in with various Federation outposts. So this would be the end of Star Trek DS9, right as Odo gets punished for killing another changeling by getting turned into a human.
Okay.
We can get favourable terms and concessions from the Federation and bring
Yeah.
them into the war.
I
We need to go
don't
bigger
think.
picture.
What was that, Chris?
I honestly.
So we'll come
I
back
was
to you.
saying
Dave.
that, was it a bit where...
Sorry, Chris. You started near, and then you started fading away as if you were talking whilst moving away from the mic. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch it.
Sorry, I'm holding Connie's headset. I think I mean, I'm just one lonely little engineer, but we probably start thinking like bigger picture, like try and get the Federation on side, bring the Cardassians to heel, so we can focus on the Dominion.
Interesting. Dave, what were you
The
going to say?
question is, do we tell what's his name?
Gowron?
Gyron. Yeah.
I say yes, so he knows how to play it and gain honor and glory and favor for our house.
Subterfuge against the others, not our own Chancellor.
Oh no, not subterfuge. We tell him the truth. So he's got
Is
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what Connie was saying is you use you use subterfuge against the Federation and then everyone else, but you don't lie to your own superiors.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Raise
Gotcha.
the standing of our house.
Okay, everybody good with that decision? Sounds like...
I'm
Nope, Dave? Go on, Dave.
You know what? Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm thinking ahead to when Garon is not Garon anymore.
When he ceases to be Gowron and becomes
Yeah.
Super Gowron?
It becomes dead Garon.
That's
Too far ahead.
way in the future. So
I
yes.
think, yeah.
Okay.
Try not
So,
to metagame. Because I'm guilty of that as well. Like, oh, I know what to do. Like, no. Klingon would just...
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah.
guilty of metagaming, so I feel you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I that's what I was, I was like going, oh, what?
how long's
But
Gowron going to
I
last
feel
with this
like-
information? Yes. A good old bit yet. A good old while yet. Okay. Alright then. So, even though some of you were injured, you managed to download all of this data, and are you going to destroy the station after you leave it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you lay waste to it, you just absolutely obliterate the thing and everybody who's left on it. The same goes for the 2 Gallo-class ships you left?
I feel like we leave them.
Yeah, floating.
Leave them floating.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've got the officers from both ships for further interrogation.
Interrogation, yes you do. Okay, so you do fly back
And
to
Klingons.
Klingon space. Go on, Dave.
And Klingon work camps.
Well, yes. As it turns out, yes. Because like I mentioned...
Time to celebrate.
Yes, time to celebrate, definitely. So there's going to be some big celebrations on the ship as you go back to Klingon space. Now, of course, the celebrations don't happen for a good bit, because the first thing you have to do is get out of the Lakia passage first, which gives you time to disseminate the information to the rest of the crew, if you wish to. But eventually you have to go on silent running again when you leave the Lakia Pass, and then have to travel under cloak and stealth protocols back towards Klingon space. But as soon as you do hit Klingon space, oh good golly, does the celebrating on board the ship actually hit, and then some. This will mean that Dr. Aketha gets a good amount of time to repair the damage to Captain Qe'Bach and Commander Tre'gok.
While
And-
drinking blood wine.
While drinking blood wine, absolutely. 2 of the Targs from the Targ pit are butchered and put up as food for the entire crew to enjoy. So all 2,000 crew members in rotating shifts get to party and partake of Targ meat. copious amounts of blood wine until eventually you do get back to the homeworld itself before reporting back with what you've got. Now, you basically have to send an encoded report back to command, telling them that you've got some very, very, very hefty intelligence that you've gathered. So at first, your the captain that you reported to, whose name once again escapes me, so I am going to have a quick look back through my notes in order to find out where he is. Captain Cos. Captain Cos, who was the captain who gave you the mission parameters. He got it from his superiors, but he gives it to you. So Captain Cos of House Varoth is not keen to learn that you guys got back so quickly and engaged in battle whilst you were meant to be going under stealth protocols. But when you tell him that you came away with battling Cardassians and have got intelligence, he demands you turn the intelligence over to him. How do you deal with this?
No.
Heck no. Okay.
Trasa has favour with Gowron.
Aha. So Trasa is able to send a coded transmission to Gowron himself ahead of this. So as a result, Captain Cos, despite his protestations, all of a sudden gets a communique from the Chancellor himself telling him to let the crew of the Do Qe'Bach report to the Klingon High Council themselves.
Boom.
So you get to bypass Captain Cos entirely, which really doesn't help his mood, but you don't care.
Try to just leave him with, see, this is what happens when you're stuck on a starship. You don't get to win glory because you're terrible at captaining a ship.
Well, he doesn't take that very well, but you don't stick around to hear the ranting and raving that goes on behind you. Nevertheless, as you're about to
He doesn't like him.
Well, no, he's House Varoth and they do not like you, so...
Be like neutral.
But by the way, Liz, excellent acclaim spending with that favour.
Yes. So, you are on your way to the council chambers, decked out in your finery. All of the battle damage to your uniforms has been repaired, and you've got the trophies that you want to show off as well. But before you enter into the council chambers, none other than General Martok himself kind of interposes himself between yourselves and the entrance. And I cannot do justice to the actor who plays J.G. Hertzler, so I'm not going to attempt much of a Martok impersonation, but you did very well on your mission, my friends. However, it has been made clear to me by the Chancellor that we need to keep the specifics of this intelligence that you have discovered a secret from as many people as possible, such that the enemy's spies do not gain access to this information. The Chancellor is going to award you all honors and glories, especially representing the fact that you undertook this difficult mission and came back with spectacularly good information and intelligence. Needless to say, we will be putting this to good use in the near future. The Federation has been shown to be the fools we expected them to be. However, military operations against the Federation and the Cardassians have been decided to continue, even in respect to the information that you have discovered. The Chancellor has decided that the territories that the Federation still has under their banner should rightfully be under the banner of the Empire, not themselves. And so we will have to live with the knowledge that this information for the moment cannot be made public. At least, not yet, until it is within our advantage to do so. Well done again on your mission, House Corell. You do your house and the Empire great honor. May I have the datapad with the information, please?
Do we have copies?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? This is General Martok. I mean, he's second to Chancellor Gowron himself. And you did say you weren't going to hide anything.
We always have copies. We'll just
Okay.
give him what's what.
All right then. These actions you have taken will be sung for many years to come. Kapla!
Do we still get an audience with the council?
No.
Oh.
Blah.
According to General Martok, the Chancellor wanted to keep this hush-hush. So...
Can we get an audience with Chancellor?
You can probably get an audience with Chancellor Gowron afterwards, certainly.
Yeah.
Was there anything you wanted to say specifically, or wanted to get?
Well, want to relay tales of battle.
Fine.
Give us a bigger ship.
You were already given a... you were already given a voucher, for heaven's sake, and you've done very well with it, I hasten to note. So.
Exactly, give us a bigger ship. We'll do even better.
You have already been given a voucher. You cannot have my Hoover class. You will have to wait.
I actually, that is one of the best Gowron impressions I've ever heard, actually. Well done, Matt.
The thing you have to remember about Robert Beltran, not Robert Beltran, that's Chakotay. Robert O'Reilly is that he likes to modulate his voice as Gowron. He goes from very soft and quiet to very loud very quickly. Except I cannot do the mad staring eyes because nobody has got as big mad staring eyes as Robert O'Reilly, so I'm not going to even try.
No.
Alright, so the full consequences of what has happened with you guys will be ongoing, of course, and you will, of course, have won glory in the name of your house and yourselves, but that is for afterwards.
So
but
we
not
did
for
get
right
to regale tales with Gowron
Yes.
on the one-to-one, and so
Yes,
he
yes,
does
yes.
know what we found, both pieces of evidence. He knows about it.
Okay, yes, he does have a very good idea of what you found, yes. Cool.
That's important.
But it's not to be spoken of openly in the council just yet. Okay.
As long as
So-
Gowron knows
As long as
how much
Gowron
we've
knows.
done for him.
Thank you very much for the compliment about that Gowron impression. I was I was worried about that.
Oh, no, I like it. I really like it.
But yeah, no. Trasa's quarters just started to look like an armory.
Well, yeah, Klingon.
And a zoo.
And, well, yeah,
Oh yeah,
let's not forget about your pet Muragar, yes.
and
Well-
the robot sentry dog that I had as well.
Okay. I mean, at the moment, it's
not.
just a statue, so, you know. In any case, this concludes to this episode, so very well done, my dudes. What happens next time we get together, we will be zipping back to the Combs crew, so we'll be seeing what was going on with the USS Combs whilst their erstwhile first officer was busy very much enjoying herself with her fellow Klingons. But that will have to wait for 2 weeks' time, I think. No, actually, scratch that. There was something about... I do believe it was... I was going to jump into... Right, what's the dealio with upcoming dates? Folks, about next week, you are not here on the 28th, are you?
I'm not here on the 28th, but next 2 weeks I'm good.
So we might, because of Mark not being here on the 28th, we might just zoom straight into doing, because usually an episode takes us 2 sessions to do. So, we good with jumping into the combs next week?
Now, the important question is the ops officer or is the
Well, yes. When we get there, we're going to have to
navigation
find out, yes, what's happened to the command crew of the combs with their first officer missing. So, but
Our
that,
new captain, Captain Tavish.
How much a claim
Oh,
do
dear
we
Lord.
get to spend? Because I have an idea what I'm going to spend that claim on.
well, we'll get to that when we get to that in a moment. But for the moment, for those who have been tuning into the stream, we're going to cut things off here because we have just run over by 5 minutes. So, yeah, this was a look at what's happening to Trasa while she's off with her Klingon brethren. But we'll be jumping back to the Combs next week for a Combs episode to see what's going on with those guys. So in the meantime, thank you to everybody who tuned into the stream, to everybody who's tuning in on YouTube as well. And in this case, we ask you to do like the Klingons do. Enjoy every moment as if it were your last, because it might just be. Treat your family as the most important thing there is. And basically remember to, bathe in the blood of your enemies, and when you need to, pull up dirt on them so that you can waggle it under their noses if you need, even when you need to. Which I'm not sure is the best thing to take from this, but okay, yeah, we'll go with that anyway. But in the meantime, glory to your houses and glory to the Empire as we close hailing frequencies with a resounding Qapla'. 1, 2, 3. Qapla'! Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.